So, as civilians, what can we do about it? What can our potential audience watching this do about this?
It it's really difficult, as I said, because I think there is this perception that the armed forces are different and they do things differently there. But there is this wider movement at the moment, post Me Too, but also certainly in the UK, there's a lot of work going on to address and improve the handling of, for example, rape cases. Huge amounts of work going on. A lot of former judges are getting involved. In both Scotland and in Northern Ireland, there have been independent reviews into the handling of rape cases. And these all produce really good, solid recommendations. The Victims Commissioner for England and Wales has also done one recently as well. They're producing fantastic recommendations. For the most part, service life is completely excluded from those discussions. So service women are not benefiting from them in the same way. I think it's going to be really important never to forget, if you're involved in any of those kinds of discussions and conversations and discussions about how we can improve, don't forget the military justice system, because it needs to be incorporated and they need to improve that as well. The armed forces make things difficult in lots of different ways. But one of the things that we're working on at the moment is there is a blanket ban on any service person communicating publicly, by which they mean to the press or to Parliament, which is of course our democratic body, on any matter affecting their service life, unless they've gone and got the consent of the Ministry of Defence before they do so. So
Well,
if you are,
that sounds
I've
guilty.
got it's completely unacceptable and it's completely unlawful. I've no doubt it's an unlawful policy. If you've got a woman who's got a direct personal experience of sexual harassment, sexual assault, going through the military justice system, seeing perhaps an acquittal when she's confident he should have been convicted, dealing with bullying from her chain of command in the aftermath, hostility, rape myths, all of that kind of stuff. She may well want to talk to Parliament about that. She may well want to talk to the press about it anonymously. The current policy is she is not allowed to do so unless she gets the prior consent of the Ministry of Defence. Now, how likely do you think it is that she's going to go and get that consent? She's not going to do it because she will fear retribution. She will have to reveal personal information about herself to some guy in a press office. There's no way she's going to do that. But so what the effect of that policy is having exactly the effect that it is intended to have, which is to ensure that there is no public ventilation of these issues. So we are in the process of bringing a legal challenge to that. The Ministry of Defence is currently reviewing that policy as well. So that's an ongoing issue. But these are the kinds of ways in which they make it harder for service personnel to engage in wider discussions that are going on in wider society, which would benefit them and which would benefit wider society as well.